He's Spider-Man, an Oscar nominee. He's worked with Martin Scorsese. He's dated Emma Stone. But listen to how he talks about grief.
I hope this grief stays with me, because it's all the unexpressed love that I didn't get to.
Not I hope it goes away. He wants the pain to stay, because it's the only way he can still feel her. This is Andrew Garfield, the loneliest actor in Hollywood. A man who learned that the deeper you feel, the more apart you become. Drop a comment. Have you ever lost someone so important that the grief became part of who you are? March 2019. Andrew is 35 years old. His mother Lynn is dying. Pancreatic cancer. One of the cruelest diagnoses you can get. Fast, painful, almost always fatal. He stops everything. No meetings, no scripts, no movies. He just sits with her every day, watching the woman who gave him life slowly fade away. She was the one who saw him as a sensitive kid when everyone else thought he was too emotional. She said, maybe you should try acting. She believed in him before anyone else, before Hollywood, before Spider-Man, before the fame, and now she was gone. The doctors gave her months. She lasted weeks. The cancer was aggressive, relentless. It didn't care that she was kind, that she was gentle, that she still worried about the nurses taking care of her. Lynn Garfield spent her final days more concerned about other people's comfort than her own pain. That's who she was. And then she was gone. Most people would try to move on, bury the pain. That's what Hollywood does. Smile for the cameras, pretend you're okay. But Andrew doesn't run from pain. He walks toward it, sits with it, lets it consume him, because he believes grief isn't something to fix. It's something to feel, fully, deeply, without apology. Let's go back. Andrew was born in Los Angeles, but grew up in England. He was always different, sensitive, emotional, the kind of kid who felt everything too deeply. By his teens, he was drowning, anxiety, depression. He didn't know why he was alive. None of it made sense. His mother saw it. Instead of saying, toughen up, instead of saying, boys don't cry, she said, maybe you need an outlet. Maybe you should try acting. He joined a youth theater. For the first time, he belonged. Because in theater, sensitivity wasn't a weakness. It was strength. Emotion wasn't embarrassing. It was essential. He found his purpose to turn pain into art. In 2010, he broke through with The Social Network, playing Eduardo Saverin, the friend who gets betrayed by Mark Zuckerberg. Critics noticed, Hollywood wanted him. Then came Spider-Man, the role every kid dreams of. But here's the thing, Andrew was the wrong Spider-Man. Not because he wasn't talented, because he was too real, too emotional. On screen, he fell in love with Emma Stone's Gwen Stacy. Then she died in his arms. He couldn't save her. That scene still haunts him. Spider-Man is supposed to be fun and light. Andrew's Spider-Man was broken, sad, grieving. A boy who loses his uncle, who feels responsible for people's deaths, who carries guilt everywhere he goes. After 2 movies, they fired him, rebooted the franchise with a younger, lighter actor. Most actors would be devastated. Their big break taken away, their superhero franchise given to someone else. Andrew was relieved because playing Spider-Man meant pretending to be okay, and he's never been good at pretending. After his mother died, Andrew went on talk shows, and every time someone asked, "How are you?" he told the truth. On Stephen Colbert's show, he cried on camera, talking about his mother, about how much he misses her, about how grief is all the unexpressed love he never got to say.
The most beautiful person that I've ever experienced in my life through my art, and use it as a way to heal, use it as a way to sew up the wounds, because that's what we do, right? That's what we do. That's what you do every night. You sew up our wounds. You sew up our wounds. And both John and my mother were artists.
On Sesame Street, yes, with Elmo, he explained grief to kids. He said,
but you know, that sadness, it's kind of a gift. It's kind of a lovely thing to feel, in a way, because it means you really loved somebody when you miss them.
On Anderson Cooper's Grief podcast, he said,
the grief and the loss is the only route to the vitality of being alive. The wound is the only route to the gift.
Most celebrities keep their pain private, show strength, project confidence, maintain the image. Andrew can't, because his mother taught him that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's connection. Hiding your pain doesn't make you strong, it makes you alone. So he shares. He cries publicly. People think he's weird, too emotional, too intense. Hollywood wants safe, media-trained answers. Andrew gives raw answers, real answers. Answers that remind people of their own grief, their own losses, their own pain. And that makes him feel apart. Because when you're willing to sit with pain, you realize most people run from it. When you refuse to pretend, you realize everyone else is pretending all the time. He's not alone because he lacks friends. He has friends, he has family, he dates, he's functional. He's alone because he exists at a depth most people don't reach. And when you're that deep, it's hard to find others who meet you there. He's also openly Jewish. He's spoken about anti-Semitism, about feeling like an outsider because of his faith, another layer of feeling apart. In 2021, he returned as Spider-Man in No Way Home, the biggest Spider-Man movie ever made. There's a scene. MJ is falling, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is too far away, and Andrew's Spider-Man catches her, saves her, and he cries. Real crying, not acting, because in his movies, he couldn't save Gwen Stacy. She fell. He tried to catch her, and he failed. So when he catches MJ, he's not just saving Tom Holland's girlfriend. He's saving the girl he failed to save years ago. He's getting redemption for a mistake that haunts him. Andrew brought all that real grief, real guilt, real pain of failure to a superhero movie. Most actors would play it cool. Big action moment, heroic catch, move on. Andrew made it about loss, about redemption, about the trauma that never leaves you. That scene broke the internet. People sobbed in theaters, called it the best moment in the movie. But Andrew doesn't want another Spider-Man trilogy. He isn't interested in being a superhero. He's interested in being human. And humans are lonely. Humans carry pain. Humans fail and grieve and feel too much. What does Andrew do in his free time? He meditates every day, sits in silence, feels his feelings, processes his grief. He goes to therapy, talks about his mother, about loss, about the darkness he's carried since he was a teenager. He practices Buddhism, studies spirituality, reads poetry, philosophy, anything that helps him understand suffering. He doesn't go to Hollywood parties. He doesn't network. He doesn't play the game, because the game requires pretending, and he refuses to pretend.
Like you and you. Where have I felt like not invited to the party, and why is this hitting me in this way? So I did all of
Primal too.
Yeah, so it was like a few years of that kind of like, and I'm so grateful for it in retrospect. And even during, I was like, yeah, this is soul work. This is like, it's so funny that it's been like prompted by this very, but not funny at all, because it's like the 3-year-old. One of the first photos of me as a 3-year-old is in a Spider-Man costume.
He takes roles in small, weird movies. Movies about grief, about loss, about faith. Silence, Hacksaw Ridge, Tick, Tick, Boom. We Live in Time. Movies where he gets to explore pain, to sit in uncomfortable emotions, to show people what it looks like to suffer beautifully. He's been nominated for 2 Oscars, Hacksaw Ridge and Tick, Tick, Boom. He lost both times. He didn't care. Because for Andrew, the work isn't about winning awards. It's about using his pain to make other people feel less alone. Here's what breaks my heart. He's 41 years old, talented, successful, beloved by everyone who works with him, but he describes himself as a sensitive soul. I feel things deeply, sometimes too deeply, as if feeling is something to apologize for, as if caring too much is a flaw. Andrew feels apart because the world tells him to feel less, to move on, to be lighter, to smile more, to get over it, and he can't. Because his mother died and he loved her. And that love doesn't go away just because she did, so he carries it every day. The grief, the longing, the sadness, like a backpack full of stones. He says,
I love talking about it, by the way, so if I cry, it's only like, it's only a beautiful thing. This is all the unexpressed love, right? The grief that will remain with us, you know, until we pass. Because we never get enough time with each other, right?
This is how I love. That makes him different, isolated, the loneliest actor in Hollywood. Because Hollywood wants stars who shine. Andrew Garfield is a star who burns. And burning hurts, and he's okay with that. Let me tell you about his latest movie, We Live in Time. It's about a couple. Andrew plays Tobias. Florence Pugh plays Almut. They fall in love. They have a child. And then Almut gets cancer. The movie is about what you do when you know time is short. How you love someone when you know they're dying. How you make every moment count. Andrew didn't just act in this movie, he lived it, because he knows what it's like to watch someone you love fade away. He knows what it's like to sit in a hospice room, to hold someone's hand, to say goodbye when you're not ready. In interviews, Andrew said, "Every scene felt like a grief scene. Because it is. It's all grief. Grieving the future you won't have. Grieving the time you're losing. Grieving while the person is still alive. That's not acting, that's therapy."
Life anyway, that it just felt like, oh my goodness, I get to bring all of the reflection and therapy and self-reflection I'm doing anyway and put it to good use.
Andrew Garfield makes movies to process his pain, and we watch those movies and feel less alone in our own. So here's my question. Is Andrew Garfield lonely? Or is he just more honest than the rest of us? Because I think most people are lonely. Most people carry grief. Most people feel too much and pretend they don't. Andrew just refuses to pretend. Maybe he's not more alone. Maybe he's just brave enough to admit it. What would you say to him? Would you tell him to move on? Would you tell him to stop crying on TV? Or would you thank him for showing you that it's okay to grieve forever? That it's okay to feel too much? That it's okay to be alone if it means honoring the people you love? He's taught us something. Grief is love with nowhere to go. Vulnerability is strength. The loneliest people are often the ones who feel the most because they refuse to pretend they don't. Drop your answer in the comments. Have you ever loved someone so much that losing them changed who you are forever? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.